right, let's do this. All right, there's the chat. All right, now I can do it. Keeps bumping my quality low on my end. Okay, there it is. All right, guys. So basically, I'm going to be working on the clouds. How you doing, Brother Chosen? You know, my thing is this, is that I apologize for not being on a schedule to do these. Those of you that enjoy watching the paintings, every day's random. Every day's different. The schedule is different. So whenever I can sneak in an hour here, sneak in an hour there, and that's when I paint. You know. So we're gonna work on some clouds today. Naomi, how you doing, sister? It's been a while. Yeah, today we're working on clouds. Okay, I want a straight edge. That'll do. Josh, how you doing? Painting still needs a lot of go. Believe it or not, this is what I call the awkward stage. To the point where it's kind of blocked in, because the first thing I need to do is cover all the white canvas. And then I start adding a lot more of the stuff that I want. Now, I will say what I'm not going to mess with anymore, I'm happy, is the sunrise in the very center. I'm happy with this. And I'm happy with the foothills and the mountains. And I'm happy with probably this guy. But I want to work more on the clouds to make them pop. Andrew Langley, how you doing, brother? Oh, that last, yeah, I did a music review yesterday. I'm going to try to do another one today. It's been a while, so I'm going to try to get some done. So let's get some of this done here. Right now, I'm just going to outline the cloud. Now I can kind of know what I'm doing by seeing the outline. Once I get this outline in, it makes it a lot easier to form the clouds later. Well, not later, we're gonna do it now, but I'm just doing pure white right now, but then I'm gonna add a little bit. Now, why am I doing the bottoms of the cloud? Because the sun is rising. And it's gonna hit the bottom of the clouds brighter than the tops. So just want to make sure we're getting that formation. Okay, I'm just gonna go over what I did because I want it to be nice and real white. And then I'm gonna do it again with, I'm gonna add, well, once this dries, it's a real thin layer, so it's gonna dry really quick. I wanna add just little highlights here and there. I wanna keep them mostly on the bottom. Ramon Ayala. Feed him a tube. How you doing, brother? How was that movie you watched on Saturday? Oh man, that movie was really good. It was a sci-fi Christian film, which I thought was interesting twist, because you get tired of the same type of Christian film. I'm glad that Christian directors and producers are starting to go outside the box. It was good. It was good. I was a little lost at first, and I'm not really into sci-fi movies, which is weird, right? Because I'm a Star Wars fan. But we really enjoyed it. It was really well done. Okay, I'm just getting some of that in there. This cheap brush, man. Look at that. Made a mess right there. Oh well, I guess that's going to be part of a cloud now. I'm not using this brush. Naomi, hello sister. Oh, you love painting too? I'm just going to make that part of the cloud because I made a mistake there, so. Okay. Can you see any of that movie taking place in the near? No. No, it was pretty much like yeah, it wasn't a sci-fi like futuristic. It was like a multi-dimensional, like it reminded me of Marvel movies in a way. Thank you, Naomi. I'm not done. I'm gonna fill those clouds up, but I'm just adding the outline right now, so I don't get lost and go overboard when I'm making the clouds. Now I'm mixing a little bit of yellow in it because the clouds would reflect the yellow from the sunrise to make it more realistic. I don't want to add too much, just a hint. Felipe, how you doing, brother? Good morning. Okay. I gotta really get this white nice and bright, or else it'll take away from the effect I'm trying to do once the painting gets more progressed. Okay. So now, where's that color at? Here. Right now it's 10:30 in the morning, Naomi. Okay. Okay, nice. So now I'm gonna fill in these clouds, and then, oh, I don't like that yellow in there. Hold on. Clean the yellow off the brush. All right. I have an airbrush, but not really, brother. Not really. I'm already, almost 20 years into painting with brush, and don't really want to learn a whole other way, honestly. Especially, well, yeah, it doesn't really. I have one. I bought one. Well, I didn't buy one, actually. I think my brother lent me one, but I didn't I'll be honest, I didn't feel like learning a whole other medium. I enjoy this, so yeah, I was fine with just this, In the beginning, I paint it with, I use a pen or a pencil. I just kind of sketch, depending on what I have, a pen or a pencil. I just kind of sketch my idea first. I just kind of dampened this brush here. I don't have no paint on it. I just kind of dampened it so I can kind of blend upwards and kind of fluff out the clouds a little bit. Now that the paint is still a little damp. So they kind of blend in on the tops. Okay. Hi, babe. The number one rule for me with painting, when I want to paint light, is you cannot have light unless you have dark. Because think about it, light is something that's illuminated. Well, how do you paint light? You can't. You can't have electricity on your canvas. So the only way to get the illusion of light is dark. And then when people see it, you know, it gives that illusion of light. Oh man, that pork belly. Well, I don't know how to make it. It's Sharon. She's the one that made it. But man, stuff is good. You know, when you think of clouds, you think of these white puffy clouds. But if you ever really, really look at clouds, there's dark in there too. There's shadow in there. Okay. And nothing down here is finished, Naomi. Nothing. This is just blocked right now. So I still got a lot to do down here. Thank you, Sister Naomi. Add a bit of the dark now. Just hints of that darker shadow. Give it depth. Kind of adds separation. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Okay. Not bad. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit, but not bad. I want to give that, okay. A lot of times when people think of field workers, it's in the baking sun. But there's this, I remember as a kid going with my dad sometimes. It didn't happen often because obviously I had school. But it's almost like this, in the mornings it's cold. And the workers go out to the fields and your hands feel cold, your nose feels cold, your neck feels cold. So everybody's kind of just wrapped up in long sleeves and bandanas on their neck to keep their neck warm and gloves. So your hands don't get too calloused. They'll have beanies on or hats on to keep warm. And all the vegetation is dew, the morning dew, everything's wet, the ground is kind of wet. And it's like a cold morning and you feel this cold chill, knowing that within 3 hours it's gonna be baking hot. The sun is gonna rise and you're gonna be extremely hot. Then the hats come off or the beanies come off and the jackets come off, you know, but nevertheless, most workers you see in the fields do not have t-shirts on. They have long sleeve because they say that the sweat keeps them cool. But there's this morning, this little twilight morning. I don't know if twilight's the right word, but right in the morning and the sun is coming up and the workers start working and everything smells fresh. And the sky is light, it's dark and it's lightening up. And it's just this, I don't know. That's what I want to capture. That morning chill as the sun is rising and you know it's going to be a hot day. I don't know. That's what I see. Yeah. Well, this is going to be a tomato field, but I can always do a future one with strawberries. Josh, amen. So the plants, yeah. Well, Sharon had said to talk about the plants. So guys, Sharon, sometimes she'll watch me paint and she says, well, these are too dark. And I said, no, I know. I said, you can't. I said, so this is how I explained to her is that underneath when you go in the field, there's a lot of shade under the plants because the tomato plants are kind of really bushy. You're not going to see much of this dirt. It's just foundational right now because really the plants are really bushy. It's probably going to cover his shoes. I mean, it's really bushy, but underneath there's a lot of shade. And I can't draw the plants light first and then add shade later because the shade is underneath the plants. So basically what you're looking at on this whole field right now is shade. You're not even looking at the plant yet. You're just looking, these are just green lines and brown lines, that's it. You're just looking at the shade. So I got to fix this corner here. I got to add more green here. I didn't get a finish last time. But basically this field is not even the field yet. You're just looking at the shade underneath the field. And then I start adding the plant. But yeah, I wanted to capture that morning before the sun comes, before that heat comes beaming down on their backs and the back of their neck. That's what I wanted to capture. And you just smell the tomatoes. I remember you could just smell the tomatoes, and it's a good memory for me. I remember eating a lot of those tomatoes. Anyways, yeah, exactly, Josh. Okay, so I'm waiting for some of the cloud to dry, but I think that's good right there. Just want to get that really where the sun's hitting on the bottom of the clouds. Like when I see a sunrise, I don't know about you guys, but my favorite part is looking at the clouds, the way the light hits the clouds as the sun's coming up. What do you guys think? What's your favorite part of a sunrise? Is it the sun rising actually? Or what is it? It's cool too, the way you see the change in the sky, because like when you look up, it's still dark, it's still night. But then like you see this light coming up, and it's just, to me it's amazing, you know? The work of God, God's hands. Okay. I pull it out just to kind of fluff it out a little bit. All right. She doesn't paint though, brother. You mean just to have her with me? Thank you, Naomi. She said you like the different colors in the clouds and the mountains. Amen. Yeah. The greatest artist is the Lord. The way he paints the skies. All right. I'm gonna let that set. I'm not sure if that's done yet, but it's done for now. I gotta let all that dry. Sometimes I just sit on it for a couple days and oh yeah, I gotta finish this shadow on this side right here. Look, there's no green over here. I'm looking down because all my paints are here. Looking for my green. I have a few greens, but I'm looking for a specific one. I do this every time. I don't set my paints to the side that I'm going to use. There it is. Sharon, yeah, at one time, Sharon's done a few things, not a whole lot. She has a few things that she's done. Okay. Let me get my bigger brush so I can, well, sort of bigger brush. Not that big. This one. Josh? Oh, so you like airbrush, brother? Yeah, Chosen. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? With the sky. All right, I was gonna finish off this green so I can. That way I can start. But I can't start nothing until I get this done. Okay. Thank you, Sister Lisa. Yeah, I still remember the painting I did for you. That was a fun painting to do. All right. Got that done. Now let's get down to some business with this field. I'm going to create a color here. I'm going to get raw umber, which is a dark brown. This is my favorite brand now. This is from Hobby Lobby. It's called Master's Touch. And I love this brand. It's really thick paint. I don't have to have a bunch of coats. It just, usually it covers it with one coat. And yeah. Oh yeah, some people, in case you wonder why painters charge so much for paintings. Look at the price for this, just this one color. Stuff adds up. All right. Where'd my brush go? See, what brush do I want to use? I think I want to use, where'd it go? All right, this is the brush I want to use. I think it's called the filbert tongue. I don't know, I call it a cat tongue. That's cool, Chosen. The good basic brushes, for sure you need a straight, one of the straight, you know, like a square straight. And then you need the filbert, which is the cat tongue. That's a good one to have. Obviously, these come in different shapes and sizes. You need a fine one, a really fine brush for detail. These are fun to have, but not necessary, but they come in handy. It's a fan brush, I think. I don't know the proper names. I make up my own names. And this one comes in handy. This one right here, check this out. It's like a slanted edge. And then you always need a big one. In case you got to cover big skies or whatever, you want a big old fat brush. I got a couple of those, see? All right, guys, let's see. Where did I put my brush that I wanted? Oh, put it back here. All right. So now, some of the dirt you're gonna see some of the dirt when the sun starts to hit, mostly in the center of where the dirt is. Again, like I said, I'm working on the shadow portion, but I do know the very center of that, you're going to be able to see some of the dry dirt. Much of this brown is going to be completely covered because the tomato bush is really bushy. But I wanted you to be able to see a little bit of light dirt within that as you see once I start putting the plants. I have gold and silver paint. Depends what I'm painting, if I use them. Okay. Like I said, these lines, you're gonna hardly see them because once I cover these plants, they're really bushy. But I want there to be depth within the dirt so you'll be able to see some of it shining through. Darken this one up. Okay. I'm going to kind of blend the edges a little bit. For those of you that are members only on my other channel, on the church channel, I don't know, sometimes people say they don't get their notifications for members only. So there is a video I did for members only over there, just in case you are and you don't know. Okay, it's not dark enough. Okay. Yeah, I just did one last night. The members only. I just want to add some dark spots here to give the effect of a deeper shadow once I start really putting the plants and building the plants up. Because, there's going to be shadow over this. So it's kind of weird because I'm painting backwards, because I got to almost imagine how the shadow's going to be before the plants are even there. So that makes it a little bit of a challenge. So basically, see like these squiggly lines? That's going to be the shadow of some of the vines over it. That just came to my mind right now. I was like, hold on. There's not going to be these clean rows because the bushes overshadow. We gotta do things the best we can, Yeah, you gotta paint backwards. Thank you, Sister Naomi. Thank you. Oh, the eyebrow brush. I just read that, Sister Lisa. Josh, make sure you get her acrylic paint, because oil paints can get real messy. It's hard to clean your brushes. Once you get it on something, it ain't coming off. If I get paint on this shirt, because it's water-based, I can get a wet rag or throw it in the wash and it'll take it off if I do it immediately. Oil paint, that ain't going anywhere. And it takes forever to dry. And if acrylic like this dries too fast, you buy this stuff at Hobby Lobby or Michael's that you put in the paint, and it slows down it slows it down, the drying time, So you get the best of both worlds. This is what's awkward, honestly. This part, like painting backwards, because if somebody just jumps on, they're like, man, that guy don't know what he's doing. It's kind of this, trying to paint all the shadows, Is your daughter younger or older? Unfortunately, with the cheaper paint, it's cheaper. Let me show you an example real quick. I have a couple of those cheap ones. See this one? This is half the price. So this is half the price. But it's called Basics by Liquitex. And if I want to paint something red, I gotta probably put 3 coats of this, maybe 4, if I really want to get something bright red. So I end up using more of this than if I would get the other brand of thicker paint. So in essence, I'm actually really paying more because I'm using more of this to get some red down compared to this brand, the thick body acrylic. Oh yeah, 12's a good age to paint, brother. That's a good age. They can get creative. Okay. Okay, now it's starting to get the effect of these little, I like it. Because I'm looking at the screen so I can see what you guys see. It's giving it some depth within here. That's so cool, Josh. Yeah, man, I would encourage that in her. Imagine when she's 18 or 20 if she keeps painting. Thanks, Gnarly. Okay, is this dry? It's drying. It's not dry, but it's drying. All right. I know, guys, I'm just staring at it, sorry. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking here. I'm thinking of the way I'm gonna experiment here for a little bit. Let's see. Let's see here. What do we get if we do this? Is that too bright? Maybe. And then with a little darker over it. Maybe. Yeah, I know. I gotta add some twists and turns because the tomato plants are squiggly, but I'm wondering if I use this as a base and then, let's see. What happens if I Well, I can't do nothing now till this one dries, but kind of go circular. Because you're right, I don't want it to look like an agave plant. It looks a little too perfect. It spills over into the dirt part. So, let's see here. Let's see here. Why do I keep losing my green? There you are. There's the green. Keep this green up here. A lot of times the tomatoes, by the time they're ready to pick, a lot of the leaves are yellowing. But again, that's going to have to be another session once this dries. Okay. I need to see how it spills over from this side though. Let's see. Because I don't want to lose that brown in there. At the same time, the plants kind of start to reach over to each other, you know? Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Josh, what does your daughter like to paint? What's the thing she likes to do? Felipe, thank you, brother. I'm trying here. I am trying. She's always asking what we want her to. That's cool. I'm glad you encouraged that in your child, man. That's so cool, you know. Felipe, your cat started typing? Josh? I feel bad, Pastor, because she always wants me to paint with her, and I don't. I always feel like I push her away and feel weird. Man, change it. You could change that today. Is that your oldest child? She's your youngest? Let's see, I don't see that. I think you're on top chat instead of live chat. Oh, yeah. I don't know what the difference is. But you're right, I was on top chat. At the end, what's going to really solidify this field is all the red tomatoes everywhere, because there's going to be no doubt what type of field it is. I'm really liking this, actually. It doesn't exactly look like you know, but honestly, I no longer want to do realistic style painting. It's there's no fun in it. There's no creativity in it. When I first started painting, I used to think that I had to paint everything realistic. I get a photo and think, okay, I got to paint this exactly like that photo. And I would sit there with every little line, every little thing. And then after about a year of painting like that, I realized this ain't fun. I'm not having no fun here. You know, and that's where I just kind of like, you know what? I'm just going to paint whatever I'm feeling, you know? Like, I don't have a photo for this. I don't have nothing to reference this by, you know? And I'm making stuff up. I'm just like, okay, I don't know how to paint a tomato plant. I literally saw me grab this brush. I'm like, let me try something, you know? And but I like it. I like it. I like the way it's looking. I like the way it's coming out. I think that by adding the red tomatoes at the very end, it's gonna look great, you know? Okay, I didn't know that, brother. Thank you. But I do think I'm gonna end it here, guys. Oops. Oh man, I dropped my brush on the floor. That's when I frantically clean the floor before Sharon sees. Thank God it's wooden floors, right? And it's acrylic paint, so don't stain. There, came right off. So I'm gonna end it there, guys. I wanted to get past this because honestly, I'm like, how am I gonna do it? How am I gonna make the field? How am I gonna do it? Now, granted, there's gonna be more. I'm gonna add more shades of that, so that because when you look at the plants, There's browns in there because some of the leaves turns brown, some are yellow, some are, you know, there's a little bit of blue because if this is morning dew, it's going to reflect a little bit of the sky too. So there's little colors you add, and each time you add color, the fluffier it looks, you know. So this is a good start. I finally got past it in my head on how I was going to make that. Do you see now? Look, do you see why I put that light in the middle? Do you see now? Now it looks deep, and then the sides of it look dark, like that, like it's a, you know, like a little, I can't forget what they're called, to irrigate the field, you know. But that's why I did that. Where you work? Are you at work now, brother? Nick Loyal, how you doing, man? Okay. All right. So just imagine how this is gonna look all the way filled. It's gonna look beautiful, man. I do want to add more detail to the three figures here. Probably maybe a little bit of him, but I'm worried more about these three workers. I don't want them to get lost in the field, but I can't really add much detail to them until I get this vegetation. I think the last things I'm gonna work on are the people, actually. I could tell at the very end of this painting, it's gonna be the people that I'm gonna work on. And even then, I don't wanna do a whole lot of work. And I'm purposely leaving their faces very generalized because this could be anybody. So, all right, guys, I appreciate it. I had no photo to go by, so it's hard to explain what I see in my head, you know. But hopefully you can envision now what it is I'm talking about. And I think the clouds look great so far. Like I said, I'll probably look at them for the next couple of days and it'll either rest on me or I'll feel like I got to change something. But as of right now, I like it. So, all right, guys, God bless. Thank you so much. And hopefully you join us for Sunday service. Yeah, it's going to be a really good message, guys. The Lord's already given it to me. I was reading a book and actually it inspired. I already know what I want to preach about on Sunday and what the Lord has given me. So, all right, Felipe. So God bless you guys. Thank you so much. And I'll be back. I'm not sure when I can paint more. Probably not tomorrow. I doubt Sunday. So it probably won't be till Monday. Most likely it'll be Monday because tomorrow I got to move some stuff for a friend and then I got to write the sermon. Sunday, obviously, you know, we're at the church, we're busy. Mondays are day off. So that'll be a good day to get another, probably finish the field. As far as this shade, finish the field. All right, guys. See you guys later. Or most likely Monday.